Hey kids, Graham here from therecordingrevolution.com with another 5 minutes to a better mix video tutorial for you. We've been looking at 31 mixing tips in 31 days. We're moving right along. Got another great tip for you today, specifically on vocals. And the idea here is one of these tips that you don't get to hear actually in the mix. It's what you don't hear that makes the mix better. And in this case, it's the S sounds. The sibilance of the human voice when they make an S is just annoying, for lack of a better word. And it's a frequency that cuts through really deeply and it can stick out. So you can have a great sounding vocal, good compression, good EQ, the right ambience sitting in the mix. But if it has a really tough S, really loud, obvious sibilance, it's going to sound amateur and it's going to distract the listener. Here's a good example. This happens a lot if you have a microphone that emphasizes a lot of high frequencies, which a lot of more affordable mics do. They have a bump at a certain frequency that gives a nice breathiness, but also can overemphasize the sibilance sometimes, and it depends on the singer as well. Some female singers are more prone to having more of a sibilance than males, but it can be across the board. In this case, I do have a girl singer, and on the microphone that they recorded with, the S's are really loud, and I really have to tame them. So take a listen to what her voice sounds just in the mix.
Find rest for my soul in God alone.
You hear that?
Find rest for my soul.
Yeah, that can't stick around. So what people have invented, smart people, is something called a de-esser. And don't laugh at it if you've never used it. That's exactly what it does. A de-esser is a plug-in, in essence, that is a compressor that's keyed to a specific frequency. So the best thing we can do is, other than trying to EQ out certain parts of her main vocal, which you can do, without trying to make drastic EQ cuts, you can just have an automated plug-in, in essence, that will automatically turn down her vocal when it hits an S. And how do we know it's an S? Well, we sweep the frequency. So this is the basic de-esser that comes with Pro Tools. Any DAW is going to have a de-esser, and you can buy nicer de-essers, I guess, in theory. But start with the one that comes with your package. Open it up. Pick a preset, female DS HF, high frequency. Start with something like that. In essence, what you're going to see happen is you're going to see it clamp down and compress when she makes an S sound.
Find rest for my soul in God alone.
You see in this gain reduction happening? Watch that again when she makes an S.
Find rest for my soul in God alone.
Listen to it without the de-essing.
Find rest for my soul.
It really does tighten it up a lot better.
Find rest for my soul.
Tames it a lot. Now this is what's happening. I've already got it set up to where I want it, but in a de-esser like this one, there's a listen button. If we click that, what we're going to hear is just those high frequencies. So we can sweep the EQ to find the right frequency to compress. So we can sweep around. So you see around there, around 8.9K, that's when I hear it and feel that really annoying S. And then I uncheck listen, of course, because I don't need to listen. And I've got high frequencies only, so it's going to compress just the high frequencies. You could have that turned off and it will compress her entire frequency range. And the range here is sort of how steep of a compression is it going to compress. So you're going to have to adjust that to taste, and then you just listen to it.
Find rest for my soul.
Versus the original.
Find rest for my soul.
And that's all a de-esser does. It just tames those annoying S's. And obviously in context with the mix, you still don't hear as much of the S, but it really makes it more subdued. It allows the vocal to not stand out as amateur. It allows it to sit in the mix professionally, cleanly, without any distractions. Because again, that's the goal of your mix. Bring the tracks together so they sound the most glorious as they possibly can, without distracting the listener and taking him or her out of the vibe you've created with the track. All right? So pull up a de-esser. I use these on every vocal, male, female, lead, harmony, double, does not matter. Every single vocal track in my sessions are going to have a de-esser as one of the last parts of the chain. And just adjust it to fit that voice. There's no one frequency for every voice. Just have to find it, set it, and forget it. All right, hope that helps you guys. This is Graham at therecordingrevolution.com with 5 minutes to a better mix. I will see you on the next video.